morning. Hello, it's Monday. Sorry, I'm a little bit tardy. Was having some technical issues again. Weird. Oh well. I'm here. You're here. Awesome. We are going to get down to doing some intentional, mindful journaling to discover our intention for the week. And we're doing that through mindful journaling. Before we get started, if you have a watch on, I want you to take that off. Take that off and then put your feet flat on the ground. Get comfortable in your chair. Don't cross your legs. And the reason that we do all of this is because we want the energy to flow freely through us. And it can only do that if we keep from anything that's going to impede that flow of energy, giving us the ability to be more connected to our inner wisdom and be connected more with the universe. Okay. Next, we're going to do a little breathing. So let's do some breath work and just feel a little bit more calm and grounded in this moment. So I like to close my eyes when I do breath work because it helps me focus that energy inward and allow it to expand. Or you can gaze downwards, whatever works best for you. So let's take a deep breath in. And let's hold it here for just a moment. And release. And again. And holding. Feeling that mind-body connection and release. And one more time. And holding. And release. Lovely. I always feel so much more grounded in the moment when I do that. Okay. Now, when I get up on Monday mornings, I do some breath work, some tapping, and perhaps a meditation or two to get more grounded. And then I put it out to the universe. What is it that we, you and me, need to consider while we are journaling for our intention of the week? And I have a number of resources that I use. I have books like this book right here, My Inner Affirmation Inspirations, which has 365 prompts. And if you haven't seen, I do a live every morning, pretty much every morning. Sometimes I take the weekends off, but I do that every morning, and you get a mindful journaling prompt and some inspiration behind it. And I also have some oracle decks and some other books. And this morning, what came to me was to use this deck, the Higher Self Oracle deck. Now, I bought this last year. Was it last year? Anyways, I bought it when I was visiting some friends in Boulder. I went to the Boulder bookstore. It's my favorite bookstore on the planet. And this is one that I haven't got. And I haven't bought any in a while. So this was kind of a special purchase. It was kind of calling out to me. I don't know why. But I do love this deck. And I did a review on it here on my YouTube channel. So you can go look at it there. I also did a written review on my website. But the deck comes with this set of cards. And what I do is I shuffle it while asking the universe to guide me to the direction that I need to go today. And I hold that to my chest and shuffle some more until a card presents itself to me. And today, the card that presented itself to me was this one, freedom. What does that mean, you ask? I don't know. Let's read it. So it comes with this cute little book, and there's something here for every single one of the decks. And let's go through it. I'm not going to read it all. However, I will read the gist of it. Have you been feeling as if you are stuck under the submission of another person, forced to remain at a joyless job, or do you feel obligated to fulfill the expectations of family rather than follow your dreams? If you have been feeling a major sense of constraint when it comes to speaking freely or even thinking freely, your higher self comes to remind you that you have the power of choice and that restriction is an illusion and a result of limited thinking. You have the power to chart your own direction, choose your own path, and create a meaningful life. All right, sorry, excuse me. You are being asked to expand your thinking. You may have fallen into a trap designed by the ego's thought system, which is negative and fear-based. Your higher self wants to remind you that you are spirit, and therefore you are powerful and capable of freeing yourself from circumstances that you must believe and trust. Take one step forward towards freeing yourself. All right. So there's more in here. I know that you will probably appreciate that. I know I do. And I appreciate this deck. So grab your journal. Here we go. Right. And the first thing I want you to do is to write the date with your non-dominant hand like that. And so you can see how I've done that. And yes, it looks messy. Oh, did I mention that we're journaling with our non-dominant hand? And we do that for a specific reason. Because when we are using our non-dominant hand, we are being mindful. It is another act of mindfulness. Think of it like that. And when you are focused on creating those letters, you are in that moment because you have to, right? It's your non-dominant hand. And your mind might still be running around, but when you come to write a word, the word that's in your mind in that moment is the one that you write down. There is science behind this form of mindfulness. And I encourage you, if you want to know more about it, you can read about it in my first book, Inner Affirmations, which you can get on Amazon or my website. Now, what is our prompt for today? And so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put it in the chat and think about it like this, right? And the prompt is, what is one step I can take this week to free myself from false limitations? What is one step I can take to free myself from false limitations? Now, what I want you to do is to write that question with your non-dominant hand underneath where you wrote the date. And then, there we go. Hang on. I'm doing it myself so I can show it to you because I will be journaling with you. All right, I'll finish it up in a moment. All right, so you can see here how I've started to write the question. Yes, it's messy. It's going to be messy. But what I want you to do is to take that question, and when you're done with it, what is the word that comes to mind? Write it down. What is the next word? And you can see, here's an example of some that I've done previously. Sometimes it's words, sometimes it's sentences, phrases. There's no wrong. There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way to write it, to just write it. And I'm going to play some music here for a few minutes, and you will be able to listen to that and get what is, you'll be able to write what works best for you in that way. And when we're done, we'll come back. Now, if you have questions while we're journaling, just put them in the chat. I'll be keeping my eye on it. And here we go. Awesome. All right. What came up for you during your journaling? If you want to put that in the chat or the comments, I would be delighted to see it. In the meantime, so here's my journaling, and part one is the journaling part. Part two is actually taking what we wrote and finding the one thing that we want to be intentional about for the week. And I want you to take that one thing and I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. And here's mine: trust my vision. Some of the other things I wrote here were trust myself, get clarity on my vision through journaling. Trust my vision, map my journey. But the thing I want to be the most clear about is to trust my vision. Now, your intention is going to be different because your writing is different. So take a moment to write that down on a piece of paper, carry it with you, because this is going to be your constant reminder throughout the week to remember this moment that was very mindful and intentional this week. And this is the step that you are going to take. Now, if you would like to share what your intention is for the week, I encourage you to do so in the chat or in the comments. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a lovely week. And don't miss seeing any of my other videos or meditations while you're here.